Okay. At this time, we'll go call the order the Andrew McQueen Civic Center October 20th, 2025 meeting to order. You have your agenda. Are there any proposed changes to the agenda? If not, we'll entertain a motion to approve the agenda.
Second.
It's been moved and properly second that we approve the agenda. All in favor?
Aye.
Any nays? Motion is carried. Okay, you have in your package your minutes from September 5th, 2025. They were sent to you prior, but if you need a moment to look it over, we'll do that. And if not, we'll entertain a motion to approve the minutes from the last.
See the changes.
Don't you just made the motion?
I will.
I thought you said you already made.
I said I looked them over. I was just trying to get,
Okay.
And I got to see the change. Let me do that.
Mr. Chair, I move that the minutes will stand approved as printed.
Okay. Is there a second?
Second.
Been moved and properly second that we approve the minutes as printed. All in favor? Any opposed? Ayes have it. Motion is carried. Ms. Jones, is there a public address?
No, sir.
That moves us down to item number 5, old business.
Old business, we were scheduled to have the rodeo for next month. And speaking with Mr. Hardiman, who was one of the co-sponsors, right, he was not able to secure the cowboys and all of the different things that were needed. So we just want to postpone it or just reschedule it to a later date.
Well, so let me ask this question then. So will we still be moved? The money that was already allocated for the 10 grand that was already allocated is going to stay where it is?
Right, there's been no change. It's still in the account. Nothing has changed.
All right.
Okay. And at one of the September board meetings for the Board of Supervisors, they did approve the budget for the Civic Center. One of the changes, when I met with 2 of the officials, we did put we will be purchasing a truck for the Civic Center. We were able to move some items around, some line items that we were not utilizing. And so we will be receiving another truck at some point. So I've already been in touch with Ms. Stansel and Ms. Geary as regard to what's the next step after it has been approved.
I'm trucks I did pop in and pop.
Right. One is the initial truck of the city. Well, 2 is the initial truck of the city. So one is my personal truck.
Oh, okay.
Right, and one of them is the trucking name only.
Right, it's no good. I think that's at 4.
Oh,
Right.
I'm going, $600.
So, but your next move would be to get with someone who does state contract pricing.
Mm-hmm.
Did they give you a figure? Did they approve a certain amount?
No, not certain. No, not the exact amount. They sent me the list of the contractors that we deal with, and I'll take a look at the specifications of what the truck would have and so forth, and then I'll get with the county and we'll.
And what you do is if Jerry Smith probably would do it, but if you do it and get state contract pricing, you're going to have to do a lot of quotes.
Right, they'll be on state contract price. Okay, that's all I had on the old business. Those 2 items.
All right, item number 16, new business.
Yes, on new business, I'm asking if this board would consider our November board meeting, which would normally be on November the 17th, which is that third Friday. Is that possibly moved to the 10th or the 24th? We would make it the 10th, the second Monday, or the 24th would be the last Monday of the month. I have a conflict that I can't and was hoping that we could perhaps move it earlier or later. We're still hosting one of those days in that month.
So the 10th is on a Monday.
Right, and the 24th is on that Monday as well.
gonna say, for me,
The 10th.
the 24th, because I think I got something, I think I'll be traveling on the 10th, so just to be safe, I'll say the 24th.
And that's kind of the thing with everybody else because that's the week of Thanksgiving. So the 24th.
I'm good with that. It doesn't matter with me.
And I'm fine either way. I just thought I'd put it out there, that week so that we just gonna put it out on the table so everybody will understand that that is week of Thanksgiving. I'm fine with that as well. Ms. Foreman? I'm fine with it. Okay.
Preferably the 24th, if that's okay. And that gives us enough time to get all of our bank statements in, and I can get them over to the accounting office, and they can prepare the reports, if that's fine.
24th is fine.
Okay, that's saying at 12 noon, and we'll just be sure to get everybody as reminders, get our information to us.
Okay, if you put that in the form of motion that we're gonna move the meeting, regular scheduled meeting to November 24th.
So,
Second.
Okay, it's been moved and properly second that we move the regular scheduled meeting to November 24th. All in favor? Any opposed? Ayes have it, motion is carried.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, you had item number 7, financial reports.
The financial reports, I have emailed you along with have a copy of our financial report for the month of September in your folder. Take a look at it, and if there's anything that stands out that I need to give an explanation to, I'll be more than happy to. But that first sheet shows, and the pages should be numbered if there's a particular page number that you're interested in, at the bottom right on the different pages. But at the end of September 30th, that's what was in those accounts. You shall see what we did, send money back to the county, 2 different checks.
They ought to be happy.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy. Yeah, turn it down, yeah.
so what do I find that the money that you get for funds for county? I mean,
Which page are you on? Bottom right.
page 1.
Oh, on the front, yeah. What's the question?
You said you return some money, to the county. I was just trying to
It should be in the disbursements. Let's see which one of those sheets should show. What was the amount? You gave that.
That's right.
It's 15. One would have been $10,000 from one account and $5,000 from another account. And it should be made to the Fort County Board of Supervisors.
It should be on page 4.
It's on 4.
Two $10,000.
Okay.
$10,000.
Yeah.
15.
So it's $20,000.
So you gave that a total to me.
Yeah. The one came out of the concession account, the other one out of the general account.
Yeah. Page 4.
Okay, so that'll be reflected in the concession account.
You mind that I'm going to stop at the same reason.
Tell them, Mark. Okay, we move on. I'll just
You're gonna take all these in blocks, sir? Okay. If there's any no questions on the A, I'll go to B. I do have in your folder as well a couple of our usage report for September as well as for this one. Month of October. And then the users report for September indicates the different programs that were.
So you did have folk to come up with a DNA testing?
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
DNA first.
Well, that's something we have at the Ag Center. They do DNA testing for the animals.
Oh, okay. Have mercy. Don't know who the dad is off.
That's what I was curious about that too.
Do what?
DNA testing.
That's all 50. I was saying, man,
You are not. Okay.
I'm the one with more corporate up there. I'll be about that. Okay.
Wow. I tell you. Yeah. Okay, is that serious?
I'm about to go out to the Ag Center to do with it.
Who had graduation you just curious? Who had graduation you just
Yeah, that's Lisa Sias.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Right. I think I was from Botany or whatever they.
Yeah, that, I know what you're talking about.
Right. There's some that I think like every 3 months they pretty much have. And we didn't have any event where we sold concessions, so we don't have a report for concessions. So under financials, Mr. Cook, that's the only thing that I have. Okay, those 3 items.
All right.
So you still got money in that facility fee account?
Yes, we got on that front page.
You got $15 down for the good?
Right, because we never, that was the account that we were going to borrow money from for that
For that
rodeo.
Okay.
But that's money since we
But
didn't
I
have it.
said, once you do
So
something,
it's just sitting there right now.
Right, still just there. It's still drawing whatever minimum interest on it. Right.
All right. All right, so that's everything on the financial. We'll entertain a motion to approve the financial report.
So,
second.
Okay, it's been moved and properly second that we accept the financial report for this was for October, September, October. All in favor? Any nays? Ayes have it, motion kept approved. So now we're down to the monthly update.
Right. Okay. On the monthly update, the first item I have a quote in your folder, your binder. The very first one was from a company from last year, July 23rd of last year. Ms. Stansel came out and I was pretty sure of what our security situation was here at the Civic Center. We actually had more cameras that are out than that were actually working. And she asked me to get some bids on it, and they're going to see what they need to do to replace and update everything that we need.
The backside, for sure.
Right. So what I did, the one that you're looking at initially, that company no longer exists to my knowledge, but this is what this company was going to, this is what they had proposed back in July of last year. Now, the next page over is the gentleman who I understand. You see that? Are you in the October, Mr. Palmer?
Yeah, I'm here. Is that Wicker you're talking about?
Right. That company is the one that have taken over from the prior company, and they're located out of Greenville. So it's the same individual, just a different company now. Do I have that in the phone, Mr. I stuffed in my center.
Is that Fortress?
Yeah, you see that.
Okay, Fortress and then Fortress and then Wick is the new company?
Yes.
That's the one.
Okay. Sorry. You got it?
Let me ask you a question. So what are they going to do? Put this on a monitor in your office, or how are you going to do
It is a monitor in there, and as it is right now, in order to change screens or settings, you have to actually physically get up and walk to the monitor and click on a clicker in order to make it go from one screen to the next. And even if you click it to another screen, because we got like 23 cameras here, and the way it is now, you only have about 8 showing up.
out of 23.
Out of 23 on a screen. And So the one that we're showing, I don't want to call the name of the one that's showing at 23,000. It's the same company from the previous one. So a year later, I think it's what, $6,000 more. So what I did, I researched to find out what other technology places in Greenwood that could give us, not just necessarily Greenwood, that could give us the exact same items as the previous one, and found a place here in Greenwood.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, very extremely close to the Civic Center. And they came with
Go support local people.
and they came with references. I have all that information, and this is the one that you're seeing, the third quote for dated October 17th, 2025, which was well lower than both of the prior ones. I did forward this information to Ms. Stansel, and I emailed it to her and just waiting for her to let me know whether I go forward with it.
Let me ask you a question. I see some on here now. One spec on the last one is an IP camera.
So that's
It's an IP. That's an internet protocol. That's not on other cameras. So you might want to just ask because sometimes it can give you accessibility maybe through a cell phone or something
he
like
said
that.
they will be able to do that.
Okay.
Yeah, because he told me that was one of the things that I wanted to be able to, from wherever I am, I can look on my phone.
But the other cameras, see, these other systems didn't give
But
you
yeah, he was going to be able to do all of that. And if there's anything more that you need me to ask them, be sure that they're going to do, because you're a lot more familiar with that technology part of it than I am. But he looked at exactly what they had bidded on, and this is what he gave, plus a little bit more for less.
So this is like what Brother Cooper said, we have on our system, with my phone, if I'm in Jerusalem, I can still see what's going on at ours, 24/7.
Right. And that's what I'm wanting to be able to do here. And I'm wanting to be able, if I'm sitting at the desk, I should be able to point at the monitor, which is across the room. And because at any point, all of the cameras, all 23 should show up on the monitor at one time. If I wanted to highlight any one of them, I should be able to double click on it and then it would enlarge.
Exactly.
But as it is right now, you got to physically get up and walk over and click on the button to do all of that.
That doesn't make sense.
No. And I ask that because when you got things going on, you may not be in your office, but you can at least pull up and kind of do a quick surveillance of your building.
Exactly.
Now, it looks like also with this one, you may have a larger hard drive, which is going to equate to, well, the one that gives you 16 terabyte. Now, of that, he's putting 2, which is going to be 16, well, the one was doing 1. So you find that. So what he's going to do, he's provide you with 2, which is 16 terabytes. And that gives you how much time you can store that video on that system.
And that's what we said, I can have it rotated out 30 days or 60 days on recording and for memory. He suggested not more than 30 days to be able to go back.
Yeah, that's usually the protocol, maybe 30 days. And
30 days.
if anything happens, you can just pull it off.
Okay.
So how many beds should we get?
We got 2. But you're seeing 3 because the very first one that we have on here, that was the one from last year.
Right.
And so when I spoke about 2 weeks ago to Ms. Stansel, I contacted the old company, and that company had gone out of business, but the gentleman who was with the old company has his own company. And this is the second one of 23 for 60 that they gave us. So these were the 2, one from out of Greenville and the other one's from here.
So do we advertise for these bids or we just pick them? How does it work?
So did I put it in the paper or anything like that?
No, I'm talking, yeah.
Well, Steve, as a state, you have to get at least 2 bids out.
That's what I was
They
told.
say no, you
don't-
have to
you don't
advertise,
advertise.
but you have to get at least 2 bids.
That's what
Yeah, that should be required through state law.
Is this
2 bids.
Delta Technology?
Once it's over a certain amount of money.
They're here, it's like they're across the street somewhere.
And then then, I mean, they're local, so you have a problem, they're accessible to you, so.
The thing about it, if you have problems, you can locally.
Right, and it appears that, and they're using, it looks like more modern equipment based
It's
upon.
less, because I'm sure if we would come, their transportation, whatever, that's coming in.
Well, the thing that I'm looking at, when you look at one, you're talking about, and hardwired sometimes it's better, but the way they're doing it, they're using those IP cameras. So if you put one in a place and decide it's not the best place for you, it's just a matter of relocating, the camera. You don't have to worry about digging a cable and running wires as long as it's got power.
Bigger not always better either.
That's right. So that doesn't require any action. That's information.
Right, just information purposes, the county will take care of that part, right? We'll supervise.
So you get, I want to suggest that you can get 5,000 of that money out of that facility fee, but that's sitting up there. You can use some of that money for that. You got 15,000 and say you're saving 10 for the rodeo. You can take that other 5 and put it on you. I mean, it's up to you. I'm just
No, I'm just going to say, I'm saying the counties, that would be paid.
Oh, the county gonna pay.
Right, the county.
No,
Oh, okay. I thought it was gonna be coming out of your budget. Okay.
but they're securing their building.
Right. Come out of our budget.
Okay. I thought it was gonna come out of your budget, so yeah, you good then.
So that's what I had. Any other questions or comments about the aid?
So do we make a recommendation?
No, it doesn't require that.
Just for information purposes.
Well, the thing about it, you automatically go with the lowest bidder anyway.
What? Yeah.
The state requires
Lowest and
you to take
best.
the lowest.
Lowest and best.
Yeah.
Be careful with that one because sometimes that low bid ain't your best bid.
Right, but the state want the lowest.
But you can just
Yeah.
you can do a little justification if you have to go with it. If there's enough significance or difference in it, you can actually do a statement just with that.
But in my opinion, and this is all that it is an opinion, if these folk are X number of dollars or thousands of dollars lower, and they're going to provide the quality service, and you can put your hands on them.
And they're local. We'll be keeping these dollars right here in this community, so. Yeah.
And they do a lot of housing complexes. They gave us references to some places, and they do a lot of housing complexes. They put surveillance throughout those.
Well, Mr. Cook, you seem to be well versed on this technology, so what do you think?
The biggest difference I see between all of them is one is hardwired, and there's some pluses and minuses to both of them. You mess around and cut a cable, you lose cameras. The other one's IP cameras, which means that those are internet cameras, which if you got internet, you've got camera coverage. The advantage is then with when you're dealing with wired cameras, you basically have to be on site to kind of view those cameras. With that internet, they can give him access. So, if somebody at night, he can look into it and see what's going on here. It's just, so you're more modern with the last quote than you are with the other two.
You're more modern with the last one?
With the last one.
With the last one.
Which is strange that they are cheaper, but more modern.
Okay, under B, I do have a copy of that conduct notice in your folder. I think that has been resolved. It's going to be right up under that last quote.
Do we discuss that in open session or?
That's my question.
What? No, I wasn't going to say anything about it. I just wanted for your purpose. I wasn't going to talk
I just
about it.
wanted us to be informed.
Right, that's why I called name and everything.
Okay.
Right, that way you can just see. But that has been resolved. And I don't think we'll have those issues again.
Okay.
Under C, Mississippi Delta Community College had plan for a high school day. Was that earlier this year? That was last month.
Last month.
It was last month, but we didn't have it. It had to be rescheduled because after one of their football games, I understand one of their players passed, something of that nature. So they rescheduled. So that's going to be on Tuesday, October 28th here. So it's been rescheduled to the 28th.
Okay.
And as got some schedules here for you. Y'all take a look. See, this is under D, the basketball game for November 25th and December 30th. These are our schedules that we have out, put posters out, different places, and got all the teams committed and confirmed. And so looking forward to it. We have about 7 games on tap for that day. Allow to see some of the best high school action around. I think you'll be quite pleased. So the November game is going to be the Tuesday before Thanksgiving, and the December 30th game will be the Tuesday following Christmas. Ms. Jones, he's trying to pass it. I thought he was passing it. So that's all I have. You must be up there.
You got to be kidding.
So it must be coach.
You want us to get back to the old days?
It's either close or it's Hayes.
You don't want to go back to the old days, see?
It's one of the two. I think close or Hayes. Okay, is that it?
Yes, sir. That's all I have.
That moves us down to item 9, comments. And let me start off by saying, publicly, we were informed Mr. Hayes has suffered of loss in his family. And I just wanted to say on behalf of the board that he has our sympathies and he's in our prayers.
Yes, sir. And we do have a card that will be presented to him.
Okay. He lost somebody in his family, you say?
His sister's what I was saying.
Will we be sending a plant once we know what the arrangements are to that? I think we should.
Okay.
I'm sure the service will be in Mendenhall.
Okay.
So once we find out when the services are, I think we'll be decent and in order that we send the plant down to whatever funeral home it has to remain.
Okay. Thank you. Well, that's gracious. We'll take care of that then.
And that's Hollandale, A-N, not E-N.
Yeah. I saw another one. The festival here. Typo 2.
You got time to get it.
Yeah.
Well, we'll have to reprint them up, and that's going to be another cost. But out of many people who looked at this, only 2 people have said something about who caught it. And
You're the